People always say that traveling to the Maldives is quite expensive. For the most part, yes, it's true. But what if you can experience Maldivian luxury for less? Is it even possible? This is our 7th trip to the Maldives, and it certainly won't be the last. We've indulged in the luxury of resorts like Conrad and Hilton Amingiri, embraced eco-friendly stays at Six Senses, dined underwater at Hurawalhi, and even slept in an underwater bedroom at the Pullman Maldives. But in this video, I'm going to reveal how you can experience the Maldives' luxurious amenities and breathtaking views at a fraction of the cost of a trip to Hawaii. Get ready to discover the all-inclusive paradise of Lux South Ari Atoll. Before I dive into how affordable this resort is, let me tell you about the amazing amenities you'll get to enjoy. If it's your first time visiting the Maldives, the best way to get to the resort from Mali International Airport is by seaplane. Trust me, the view from up there is incredible. You'll see stunning atolls and overwater villas everywhere you look. We went during the rainy season, and landing on the island was a bit nerve-wracking, especially with those big waves. The seaplane had a tough time docking, and it was so hot and humid inside that it rocked like crazy. I started feeling dizzy, but thankfully we got out before I felt like throwing up. That would have been super embarrassing. So we got to the dock, and Giada, the concierge, was there to greet us. She was super nice and welcoming. After a quick chit-chat, she walks us over to the open-air lobby right on the beach. This place is awesome. Bright with whitewashed walls, and it has this cozy lounge with sofas and a little cafe that smells amazing from all the fresh coffee they roast here. Oh, and get this, the coffee and tarts are free in the mornings. Seriously, don't miss out on this blended coffee. It's fantastic. While my wife handled the registration, they offered us this delicious mango strawberry tea.
Thank you.
Then Giada gave us the lowdown on the dining options.
For lunch, we have bar.
After that, she showed us to our villa. As we stepped onto the overwater walkway, the stunning Maldivian scenery emerged before us. Just like we mentioned earlier, this breathtaking beauty never gets old. Even though it was a bit gloomy, the turquoise water and those unique overwater buildings are just so Maldives. At night, this walkway lights up and it's perfect for photos, assuming you've got a good lens. The walk from the lobby to our suite was about 10 minutes, but I didn't even notice the time passing. The beauty of the Lux Resort completely captivated my senses. Finally, we reached our suite number 116. Let me show you what it has in store for us. This villa is modest compared to some of the other places we've stayed, but it still looks impressive. As soon as you stepped in, you get this beachy vibe. Yeah, I said beachy, not the other thing. The whitewashed walls and the wooden floors give it a cozy, romantic feel. To the left, there's a walk-in closet, and next to it, the bathroom and shower. Check out these knobs. It's shaped like a rock. Inside the shower, the towel hooks are also rock-shaped. And even the mirrors, it's set on a rock-shaped frame. The sink has a pretty unique shape too. In the middle of the villa is a queen bed, and they even gave us a free hat and hand fan. There's this funky-shaped sofa at the foot of the bed. And opposite the bed is a 50-inch TV. Or is it?
Ooh, look at that.
Pretty awesome, right? Now we've got a big screen in the villa. If you ask me, the outdoor deck is the heart of this villa. We've got this awesome hanging bird's nest swing where we can chill at night listening to the soothing sound of the waves crashing. There's also a love seat and a coffee table, plus 2 sunbeds for soaking up the sun. The infinity pool is right in the middle, offering stunning views of the Maldivian waters. To the side of the pool, there's a stairs leading directly into the warm ocean. That's pretty much the highlight reel of this villa. Like I said, it's got all the charm of a typical overwater villa in the Maldives.
It's our first night on the island and we are going for dinner.
That night, as we were getting ready for dinner, it started to drizzle, so we grabbed our umbrellas. As we walked to the restaurant, the island felt so calm and rejuvenating. Look at this beautiful, lighted overwater pathway. The building ahead is the East Market, where we're having dinner. The East Market is the island's buffet restaurant, and it has this cool vibe of Southeast Asian night market with open stalls on the lagoon. We had a table right next to the water, though it was too dark to really take it all in. But just wait until breakfast the next day. The lights from the villas created such an amazing ambience. One thing you can always count on when visiting a resort in the Maldives is top-notch food quality, whether it's a super fancy place or a more budget-friendly spot. The difference is in the selection. At the East Market, the selection was a bit smaller. They had a wok station where you could watch the chef whip up a fiery dish. There was a fry and grill stall with lots of condiments, but only one fish dish. The dim sum stall has a few dumplings and mostly fried food. Most of the stalls were make your own, where you choose your protein and ingredients and the chef cooked it while you waited. There was a noodle stall, a Mongolian grill stall, a pad thai section, and a make-your-own pasta section. Even though my first plate wasn't piled high, the food was absolutely delicious. Paired with a refreshing mocktail, it made for a sumptuous meal. And of course, no dinner is complete without dessert. They had so many cakes and pastries to choose from.
Okay, let's go outside and see how it looks like right now.
It was a perfect Maldivian day. Clear sky, the sun shining, and the water almost flat and crystal clear with that amazing turquoise color. But in the Maldives, when the sun is bright, it can get pretty hot, even early in the morning. So instead of walking to the restaurant for breakfast, we decided to bike there to get there faster. Biking on the narrow overwater walkway was a bit nerve-wracking. If you're not careful, you might fall into the water. We had to stop and walk the bike whenever someone was walking on the other side or when a golf cart was on the walkway. But just look at that stunning scenery. The flat, crystal clear turquoise water is breathtaking. This is my 7th time in the Maldives and the scenery still amazes me. We had our first breakfast at the East Market, but unfortunately our table wasn't right next to the water. So during breakfast, there was an omelette stall where the chef makes perfect omelets right in front of you. You can also get noodles at the noodle stall, dim sum, cured meats, and all your usual continental breakfast foods like pancakes, French toast, and even crepes. Those who prefer a lighter breakfast have some healthy options too. I had a sumptuous breakfast with a refreshing iced coffee. After eating, I peeked into the water and spotted a bunch of big fish. We stayed a bit outside the restaurant to enjoy the beautiful scenery. You can even have a special dinner overlooking the beautiful lagoon in this area. There were many unique seating spots, so I snapped some photos and videos of my wife. Since it was our first full day on the island, we decided to explore on our bikes. Off the overwater walkway, there's a lagoon bar right by the beach. They also serve lunch here, and it's not burgers and fries only. Although the whole island is a long stretch of beach, this particular beach has the most stunning view. There are plenty of seating areas to relax and enjoy the lagoon. The Water Sports Center is located behind the bar, and all non-motorized water sports equipment is free for guests to use. As we continued exploring the island, we passed the reception area, the boutique, and the Alegria restaurant. The island is about 1.2 kilometers long, or about 0.75 miles. It's not the longest island, but it's the longest resort we've even visited so far. Then something caught my attention, so we stopped. It was called the Tree of Wishes. My wife and I were fascinated by the red and yellow ribbons hanging from the tree. It's inspired by Japan's ancient Tanabata festival wishing trees. Guests are given lucky ribbons to write their wishes on and tie them to the tree. It's a lovely way for guests to share their dreams and hopes while participating in a unique, interactive art piece. After taking photos and videos, it started to rain again, so we raced back to our suite to take shelter. Since it was raining, we decided to enjoy the ocean from our villa.
It's a little bit cold.
But the water was a bit chilly. My wife was hesitant to get in because of the big waves. She gets dizzy easily, but she braved it and joined me in the water. It didn't take long for her to start feeling dizzy, so we decided to head back up and enjoy the infinity pool instead. The rest of the afternoon we passed the time watching Netflix on the big screen. The screen quality was fantastic, but the sound quality was mediocre. On our second night, we dined at Umami, a Japanese restaurant in the same overwater building as East Market. This wasn't included in the half-board deal we booked, but we got a 30% discount on the food. The ambience is like an Asian fish market with real fish on ice, some already filleted. A Japanese dining experience always starts with a warm miso soup. I had a tasty Japanese salad with fresh salmon, tuna, and reef fish, while my wife had a regular garden salad. Here's the fun part. For the sushi and sashimi, I had to choose from multiple sauces, each with different tastes and aged to perfection.
We have ponzu, citrus soya with the citrusy juices. It has yuzu, lime lemon, orange, and kikaman is the base.
For the main course, I had the Chilean sea bass and yellowtail, both miso glazed. The Chilean sea bass is one of the best tasting fish, hands down. It's pricey, but worth it.
Just glide through it. Oh my gosh. So good. It's a gloomy morning. Gloomy morning. But the sea is so shallow as well. Low tide. We're gonna go for a breakfast at Mix.
What's unique about this place is that the floor is all sand. I was tempted to ditch my slippers and walk barefoot, but I didn't see anybody else doing that, so I decided against it. I thought there were more food options here than at East Market, but to my surprise, there were fewer. They had a fruit station with a variety of fruits and an attendant to make fresh fruit juice, a salad station, a Maldivian station featuring local breakfast dishes, and an Asian station where you can make your own congee with tons of condiments to choose from. There's also a continental section where the chef can make fresh pancakes, waffles, and French toasts. The French toast was so freaking good. I kept coming back for more. What really piqued my interest was the kombucha.
They make their own kombucha here.
They ferment their own kombucha in different flavors. Unlike the kombucha you buy at the grocery store, which is often sour and vinegary, theirs was refreshing and sweeter. I tried most of their kombucha flavors and they were all really delicious. Overall, the breakfast selection at Mix was a letdown for me, but it all changed when we come back for dinner. After breakfast, we explored the amenities close to Mix restaurant. Near the restaurant, there's a tennis courts. There's a swimming pool that sits right next to the beach. This was the largest swimming pool on the island. At the beach, there are some lounge chairs and cabanas. Icy, the ice cream shop, is located next to the beach area and it's free for guests. But it was still closed when we were exploring. To be honest, we haven't tried their ice cream. The children's playground and kids club are right across from Mix restaurant. After a few exploration, we decided to head back to the lagoon beach. The lagoon was so flat that morning. The scenery was rejuvenating, even though it was a gloomy morning. Nori wanted to visit the sandbar to take photos and get some drone shots. Happy wife, happy life, right? So I walked back to our villa to grab the drone and then bike back to Lagoon Beach. I borrowed a kayak and paddled out to the sandbar. But before that, I took some photos and videos of my wife on the swing in the water. The sandbank, or others call it sandbar, is such a beautiful spot to explore. It's best to visit it in the morning during low tide because it gets covered by water during high tide. Most guests use watercraft to get there, but when the water is pretty low, there's a stairs at the end of the overwater walkway that you can use to walk to the sandbank. The stretch of sand is perfect for a serene walk and offers a picturesque setting for taking photos, which was our main reason for visiting. We spent the rest of the afternoon snorkeling near our villa. However, if one of your main reasons for visiting the Maldives is to see a lot of colorful sea life, this might not be the resort for you.
We are almost at the edge of the lagoon, but there's no fish.
There is fish, but
Small.
We only saw a few corals with small fish, but we did see a lot of giant clams and one huge triggerfish. That night we were booked to dine at Alegria. On our way to the restaurant, we witnessed one of the Maldives' stunning views, the beautiful sunset. This is the second restaurant that is not part of the half-board meal, so we had to pay to dine there. But we did get a 30% discount on food. To start, they gave us this buttery and soft bread. It was really good. For the appetizer, I had a yellowfin carpaccio. This dish was so delicious. The fish was sweet. For the main dish, I had another fish dish, confit grouper in olive oil with mashed potatoes and tomatoes. The Asian in me was screaming, "Where's the rice?" I'd rather have rice than potatoes, but the dish was so satisfying. The creamy potatoes added a lovely texture and buttery taste to the dish. Overall, it was a satisfying meal at Alegria and worth the price we paid.
It is getting worse.
The following morning, it was not only raining, but the wind was so pretty intense. The bird's nest swing, even though it was heavy, was swinging because of the strong winds. As I mentioned before, visiting during the rainy season can be a bit unpredictable, but it's also the most affordable time to visit. So, on our way to breakfast, we were holding our umbrellas for dear life, worried it might get blown away.
In paradise.
After breakfast, we headed to Lux Cafe for some iced coffee. Coffee is free during the morning hours, so make sure to take advantage of that during your stay. There were two flavors we really liked, Coconut Divine and Three Men in the Boat. Since we couldn't get a table for dinner, we decided to try Senses for lunch. This restaurant is located on the west side of the island, right at the edge of the infinity pool by the sea. It specializes in Middle Eastern and Indian Ocean cuisines. I was excited to try their Maldivian whole fish, even though it was $68. But due to the weather, there was no fresh fish available. Instead, I opted for the Indian spice tawa fried fish. What made this fried fish so delicious were the spices on it. It was spicy but also flavorful. So if you love Indian cuisine, Maldivian or Sri Lankan dishes, this is the place to dine. Even though Loch South Ari Atoll doesn't have a house reef, there are still some exciting tours to enjoy. The manta ray experience was another thrilling excursion we looked forward to. The meeting point for the excursion was at the lobby, so we grabbed another iced coffee at Coffee Lux before heading out. Soon after, we boarded a dory and set sail to find manta rays. The marine biologist briefed us on what to expect and emphasized the importance of jumping in the water quickly when he gave the signal. Initially, I didn't understand why, but after the first jump, it made sense. On the first jump, I was the last one to get in, thinking the race would still be there. But when I put my head underwater, it was gone. That's why you have to be quick. The rays move fast. We were all confused and didn't see any rays. So we returned to the dory as the crew searched for them again. For the next jump, I made sure not to be the last in the water. And wow, what an amazing sight it was. My GoPro couldn't capture the magnificence of these creatures. The rays are huge and glide effortlessly with incredible agility, living up to their reputation as the ocean's most elegant swimmers. They move swiftly with just a flip of their wings in a graceful, wave-like motion. Chasing them, however, is no easy feat. It requires full body effort as you paddle with your flippers. Many swimmers were exhausted after getting back onto the boat. On our last jump, I witnessed a ray at a cleaning station where a cleaner fish ate the parasites and dead skin of the manta, providing it with a thorough cleaning like a car wash for mantas. That night, we had a special dinner at Mix for seafood night. I was initially hesitant because of our previous breakfast experience there, but thank goodness I didn't cancel it. I would have missed out on the best seafood experience at the resort. It was truly seafood heaven. They had every seafood dish you can imagine, but the fresh fish at the center stall was the highlight. At the heart of the dining experience, fish caught that day were displayed on a bed of ice, tuna, groupers, and snappers. You could choose a piece and the chef would grill it for you.
So keep this number on your table.
Oh,
Once it's ready, we'll get to you.
alright, thank you.
The staff brought the grilled fish directly to our table with some flair, serving it on a small grill with red-hot charcoal to keep it warm. Because the fish was so fresh, it was sweet and tender regardless of the type. The grouper was my favorite. As we enjoyed our amazing dinner, a live band played beautiful music, enhancing the entire experience. On our last night on the island, we decided to dine at Beach Rogue. The place has a beach club vibe with loud music and red lights. Honestly, the lights and the loud music were a bit much for me. I guess I'm getting old. I can tolerate loud music. Outside our main restaurant, there are seating areas where you can dine or just relax. When it comes to the food, there's no specific specialty, but they offer a variety of options from pizza and salad to seafood. They started us off with some bread and dipping sauce. For my appetizer, I chose the tuna tartare. It was topped with avocado and beautifully plated. It was delicious. For my main dish, I had a catch of the day, which was a reef fish served with sautéed veggies and lemon butter sauce. Unfortunately, this dish was my least favorite. It was pretty bland. Overall, Beach Rogue was my least favorite restaurant on the island. On our way back to the villa, we saw a lot of giant trevally hunting for food in the lagoon, with some sharks mixed in. It was quite a spectacle, although at first I thought they were jackfish or tuna. Sadly, the next day was our last on the island.
Sad, my love.
Reflecting on our stay, I'd say Lux South Ari Atoll offers good value for your money. You get to experience luxury without breaking the bank. Sure, there are other resorts with more food options like Conrad, Hilton, or more opulent overwater villas like the underwater bed at Pullman, Maldives, but those come at a hefty price. Just think about it. If you book through Luxury Escapes, you can get a beach pavilion with breakfast included for less than $1,900 for a 5-night stay, or a half board for just $3,000. If you want to experience a water villa, it's just $2,900 for breakfast only, or $4,000 for half board. So if you're planning a vacation to the Maldives soon, consider staying at Lux South Ari Atoll. And if you'd like to watch my videos about Hilton Maldives or Pullman Maldives, click either thumbnail. I hope you enjoyed watching this video. Until next time, fellow travelers, bye for now.